Hello, humans of the internet. Welcome to Azurhia Under the Hood. I feel like my music's really loud, but I don't know if it is for you guys, but whatevs. So we are still working through our ancestries. We finished with the animal people last week, so we can actually go back to, the more traditional list of stuffs. Oh, hello, Gem person. I'm such a troll. But you love me. I'm glad it's not loud. As long as you can hear me, that's really all I care about. Everyone should hear my excellent voiceness. Wow, Jax. Okay, so we are... Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? The wrong thing. Just checking that you can see what... Okay, cool. So, yeah, just working through the ancestries. The next one is Changeling, which is definitely my version of a changeling, and you should not consider this to be folklorically accurate outside of the Azurhia world, due to the fact that I made it all up. But let's do it. Insert copied cells. Yeah, so we're going to just see if we could get through the rest now that we've worked our way through the animal peeps. Whose ancestry derives from an archfey. I need the word for when you are in the ancestral line. Descended, thank you. Brain, no one gave me that word. My brain gave me that word. Descended from an archfey. The closer the relationship, the stronger the effect. This is a tricky one because I mentally said it to you. Well, I heard it. Congratulations. Your sending spell worked. Changelings are tricky for me because the relevant archfey is so... Like depending on which archfey it is, it has a massive effect on... I'm gonna just do this. Discuss with your DM about the specifics. I hate to say this, having just said we've done the animal ones and now we're moving on. Now it should be faster. I actually feel like we may have to make separate changeling things for the major archfays with an understanding that if someone's not included, we can tweak or make it up, because it's so varied. Like if you're the child of Titania, your stats and your skills are going to be totally different to if you're the child of Baba Yaga. They're also technically immortal. Technically immortal. So this is also a weird one. why didn't it do the thing? That works. Guess con actually makes sense in that case. We'll do a general one. It's dependent ENT or ANT. I don't even know. You can do the shell. One child of Oberon may not be the same as another. Yeah, that's true. On the ancestor. There's also a lot of room. A lot of room for flavor. Like Jade's ancestor dependent skill is that thing they can do where they step into a shadow and step out of another shadow, which is 100% stolen from the Toby Day books, because Tybalt can do it in the Toby Day books, and that felt right for this character. So, and when you have someone who can disguise themselves as anyone and step in and out of shadows, you have a excellent spy. Alright, the next one on my list is Dampier, and I actually don't love Dampiers. I don't love them. And there's a part of me that kind of wants to... Oh, wait, we need to do this bit. There's a part of me that kind of wants to just not. But I don't know whether that's just me being prejudiced. You know? I'm not sure. Oh, I didn't take note of the numbers. Oh, rookie mistake. Changeling. Changeling. I don't know, folks. M303 and 296. Yes, against Dampier. I don't know what my hesitation is. I think it's because it feels like such a emo light option. Like, lean in, bro. Lean in, bro. You know, I don't know. Descendant of Archfey. There's a cat outside my door, and it wants to be let in, but we all know that they're gonna want to. I am your emo friend. Yeah, but it's not even proper emo. It's like emo light. You know. I don't know. Am I just being prejudiced? The thing says the child of a mortal and a vampire, A dampier is caught between their mortal heritage and the vampiric blood that flows in their veins. Not fond of the suns, they often end up in the darklands or wandering. Many mortals are discomforted by them. I also don't actually think that this works in the way that I'm doing undead. Because not proper emo. What does proper emo mean? I think of emo as a adjective, and therefore it's a scale. Like, because undeath is not a thing in your genes, it's a thing that you acquire, right? Like, is it a disease or an actual people? It's neither. It's neither, but it's because I wouldn't say it's a disease, but I think that I don't think that you can birth vampires. I think vampires are made, not birthed. And so if you can't birth them, like if a vampire mommy and a vampire daddy love each other very much and do the dirty, I don't think a undead body can nourish a child. I realize we're talking about biology in a magic world, but that feels incorrect to me. I think that if your body is undead, you don't have the required biology to create a child. Whether that's by, growing and birthing it, or whether it's, just sperm. Like, I don't think vampires have sperm. At least not living sperm. I can't believe we're discussing this. As I said the sentence, with all seriousness, I don't think vampires have sperm. I was like, wow, that sentence just came out of your mouth. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it like being sterile would be part of what happens when you become a vampire. Because your body isn't alive anymore. And so there's no way that a dampier would ever exist. Yeah. It doesn't feel, maybe that's what my objection is. See, sometimes you've got to dig into your prejudices to find out whether it's, at the heart of it is just like, ugh, emo, or at the heart of it is something that actually doesn't make sense in the world. I think that it's like, there are certainly undead communities in Azurhia, but I don't think that they are, I think they're built, if that makes sense. I think that people become vampires for one reason or another, whether it's a choice or not, and they like, it changes them, but you can't then pass that on as a genetic code. That's what I'm sticking to. There we go. No dampier. I have justified my my feeling of ick in my belly about it. Yeah, if you had vampires as a people, sure, but so we do have bat people, like, that's a thing. But they're not the same as vampires, because although obviously there would be, I'm trying to find them here, the Yagi, right? So those are animal people that have bat characteristics, but they're not vampires. Most bats are herbivores. I imagine that Yankees take real issue with vampires because they're like, ugh, you give us a bad name. Everybody thinks we're vampires. Exactly. And I'm imagining, like, I don't know, those of you old enough to have watched Masters of the Universe, there was like a little bat person, right? Right? Am I making this up? Is this real? Did I make it up? Hang on. Like the old school Masters of the Universe. He used to hide in every episode, right? Bat person. Do you know the one I'm talking about? No, not this one. Not this one. The little guy that hid. It's not the one I'm thinking of. He-Man's little mate. Who hid in the scenes? Whoa. No, man. Help me. Trent might know, and I don't know why I think he probably would, but he hasn't made an appearance yet. Oh man, character. At the end of every episode, they'd be like, "Did you see so and so?" I have a mental image of him. Yuki. No, that's the She-Ra version. But what was the? I'm sure that there was a He-Man version as well, and it was like a little bat. I'm sure. I'm sure. Sure. Oh, damn it! All right, we're gonna do it this way. Guys, we're rabbit holing, but welcome to the way my brain works. I'm not going to be able to let this go until I figure it out. Okay, go away. Batros, yeah, but that was the villain, right? Like there's a little dude. I'm sure it was He-Man. Maybe it's a different show. Maybe I have the wrong show. Let's try 80s character bat cute. Oh, I'm just getting random ones. None of these are the ones I'm thinking of. Bone bats? Bone bats? I don't know about bone bats. God damn it. Maybe I'm thinking of the owl. I don't think I'm thinking of the owl though. Who's this? Who are you? Who is this bat? Bartok the Magnificent? Bartok the Magnificent. Maybe this is who I'm thinking of. Bartok. Oh. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Maybe it was a sidekick of a 80s villain. Oi, thank you. Sidekicks. Ah, Thundercats. I don't know. Anyway, there was like a cute little. It looked a bit like the Bartok one, but with more fluff. It was more like cutesy fluffy. And I have a very clear mental image, but do you think I can remember? Cute, fluffy, 80s bat character. I'm just getting AI cute, fluffy. I don't want your AI bullshit. Stop it. AI bullshit crap. Motherfucker. Bartok. Okay. Never mind. Anyway, my thought was that it was like a Batso. I don't think I ever saw Happily Ever After. But let's look at the picture and see if I'm like, yes, that's the one. Happily Ever After. It's not the one I'm thinking of. I don't think I ever saw Happily Ever After, but it's the vibe. It's the vibe. Definitely the vibe. Definitely the vibe. Anyway, you get the idea. My mental image of these people is much closer to that than like the vampire bat thing. Is all I was trying to say before we went full. His owl buddy smoked a good cigar. No, the owl thing was because the He-Man one is like an owl with bat wings. And I was like, maybe I was thinking of that one. But, okay, I'm not doing Drow. And the reason I'm not doing Drow is because we have elves. And I am going to be... unless we want to actually do the different kinds of elves as separate things. which is probably not a stupid idea if I'm honest. Because we have underground elves. I don't like using dark elves and I need a better word for it. We have forest elves. We have, did we do an elf thing? Split the elves. Yeah, I reckon, eh? Undersea, sea elves. Like there's a bunch of different, and I have to make sure that I'm covering the ones that are in the, we just head off to World Anvil for a hot second. Will I still be logged in or will I have to, no, I'm still logged in, cool. Because we have in no, what the fuck is a high elf? That's just classism disguised as ancestry. The 7 families. I need the actual story about them, please. The actual story about them? Or am I looking in the wrong place? I'm looking in the wrong place. Continents. Olend. Althea. Elder Castle. 7 families. Because they include... Just show me that... Don't make it hard. Okay. So the Silverleaf family and the Selenium family came out of the Feywild originally. Like they came to Azurhia from Fairy. The Farluxton are star elves, essentially. They're like seer elves, kind of. Seaguard are obviously sea elves. Nachvonderen are dark elves. And then the Delitherans and the Stillmoons were added later, and they were bog standard elves, really. Astral elves. Essentially, yes. That's what the Farluxton are, kind of. So we have... I'm going to make a list. So, elves. We have... I mean, the word astral is not a D&D thing. But we can go with star elves. Star elves. And then we can give them... We can make up names. Sea elves. I would say forest elves. Or not forest. Let's go with tree. Tree. Cavern elves. Underground peeps. That kind of covers what I've got there. Because Althea's whole thing was that we... Oh yeah, desert. Good call. Because I feel like elves are informed by... Like, they're essentially natural beings. They come from nature. They're magical manifestations of natural forces. It makes sense to me that they would be influenced by their... And then the like most common or garden elves are the tree elves. Like, that's what everybody knows. Because they're the ones that people encounter the most often. Which would be, you know, the Silverleafs, the Seleniums. Which is probably why Bazza had wood magic, because of that background. Delither and Stillmoon. Stillmoon might be... Stillmoon could potentially have come from star elves or space elves. We're not doing space elves. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have I missed anything obvious? Star, sea, tree, cavern, desert. That pretty much covers it. Now we get to name them. That's the next fun part. Just, for fuck's sake. Far to fera. Yes, I just sang a children's song to work out what the word star is. Fetu, not yeah, fetu. Stella, yeah. Well, that's why I went for a non-Latin one. But fetu is cute. What is Zulu for star? And Kanyezi. We did that already. Oh, that's pretty. Quintana. Naxatram. I'm probably saying that horribly. Don't at me. I feel like nut must be night, right? But that's just because my brain is looking for patterns. Katiram. Sitora. That's quite nice. Sitora. Quintana. Yeah, that was pretty too. Seda. Starodin. Clearly Germanic. Athukiri. Oh, maybe it's Germanic, not Latin. Oh no, Stella would be Latin, hey. Irish. Rialt. Oh, that must be where Rialto comes from. Stia. Tara. Tara. That's pretty too. Quintana. Yeah, let's go with that. I like that. I like that. Okay. K's. K, 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 H, I. Yeah. Star elves, prone to foresight, the ability to see through time, traditional communities are quite insular. That they're funny how with the animal people I was just like, this is a person who is a bit like a horse. Star elves, I'm like, here, have a whole essay. Quite insular, finding that their ability to see webs of time can make them up. Say offer. Oh shit, motherfucking bitch. Okay, sorry, I forgot I was in Excel. Tend towards. There we go. That's better. Oh, put it in the wrong place. Skin is ranges from they basically look like a night sky. That's what they look like. Okay, they reach adulthood. Have we done any elves yet? What did we have for elves? Have we done any elf people? I feel like they live a long time. Elves should live a long time. haven't done any elves yet. Just lots of animals. Okay. So we're gonna make it up. Adulthood 50. I think that's how I built the family trees. Gonna just go and have a quick look at what I put in here, because I built the Silverleaf family tree based on whatever I had in here. Wait. I didn't update it. Oh, hang on. Elf is what I want. 700. Oh, 110 to 700. Okay, so we make this 100. And we make this 700. Cool. What do we think about stats? Star elves. What do we have the least of so far? Strength. We need more strength. I'm tending towards con though. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Why? I don't know, because con feels like the right thing for people who are star-based. Like they would forget to eat and therefore need, you know, to have strong con so that they can survive when they forget to eat because they're staring at the sky. I don't know. So these are star elves. Right. Okay. Now for the sea. Oh. Ocean. I know we've looked this up before. Feed. Ocean. Sagara. Sagara is pretty too. Gonna go with that. I like it. Scroll, 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 scroll down to the S's. Oh, here. Sea elves. Aquatic. Traditional. Communities live under the sea. Under the sea. In cities of coral and sea elves have gills and some point someone's going to have to draw all these things for me. I don't know if you're watching the screen, but I just gave you the creepiest grin. Have gills and often ribbed toes and fingers. Nictitate. Is that the word? Nictitating? Eyelids. Is that the word? With the like. I feel like it is. What is this? What's happening? No, I don't know what you're about. Okay, I'm gonna make them strong. That feels right to me. Crap, what did I give the elves in terms of life? 100 and 700, right? Okay, my numbers are 746. No, 745. 7 and J. Oh, okay. Crap. Sec, so here, right? Insert copied cells. This will be oh, whoops. Girl. That was aimed at myself. BT dubs. Alrighty. Sea elves. Tree elves. This is working for us, so let's just go tree. Mara. Maybe this is just the language of elves because it sounds amazing. I'll come back to it though. Let's. Oh. Theory. Huh. That's interesting because muti is also the word for medicine. Fun facts. Maybe we just go with Mara. What was it? I feel like I've lost it now. This one. What even is this language? Kana. It's very pretty. Dravidian. Ah, it's an Indian language. Cool. Alright, that's what we're going with. Because it's pretty and it matches. We may end up doing all the elves in this. Mara. Most common in elf ancestry in oh, you know what we need? Snow elves. Because we have a whole continent of Basically, what people think of as elves when you say elf is the Mara. We are going to keep them decks. We're going to just get rid of these for now. They will have dark vision, but we're going to do skills later. That's what we decided. G. Okay. Okay. 3 out of 6, folks. Cavern elves. Let's see if it keeps up being perfect. Ah, that one's not so good. Guha. Okay, these are all obviously similar languages. Me'ara. Kueba. Eba, just Eba might work. Basa. Guha. See where grotto comes from. Gua. Apparently I'm picking all the words that have the same. Get buckle. What is Zulu? I don't even know. That one. Oh yeah, okay. Takua. Takua? Takua? What do we think of Takua? We do have a lot of T's already, but Takua. Maybe I'm gonna write it down. Not completely sold, but it's the best so far. Whoa. Let's try just cave. Magara. Chera. Juskina. Juskin, maybe Juskin. What do we think? Juskin. I can get behind that one. Do I like it better? Yes, I do. Juskin. And we don't have any J's yet. Woo! New letter. I don't know why this is a thing. I just know that I tend towards certain. When I'm making words up, there are certain starting letters that I use a lot. And it becomes very obvious when I'm doing something like this. Cavern. The Juskin. Are we sticking with Darklands? I'm not sure. Not sure. Is that a part? Did I get that from Pathfinder or did I invent it? I can't remember. Oh, it's its own thing. Yeah. it is a Pathfinder thing. I like it though. I'm gonna leave it for now. I might change it later. They are very pale. Shade Plateau. Very pale. I've never understood why drow are dark. See, the problem is that Shadow Plane sounds more like Shadow Valley, right? Like some kind of ethereal, external to the material world kind of place to me. With uncannily large eyes. They look like things that evolved underground. These are definitely Dex creatures. Oh, I haven't been doing the dice at all for any of these things. Bugger. Okay. What are you doing, Jax? Dex. Oh. I don't need it to be a formula, but thanks. I just forgot to tell you that. We'll have to go through and redo the HB dice at some point, but yeah, that'll do for now. It gives us the idea. 3, 7, 3, 3, 7, 5, and yet another Dex thing. But it doesn't make sense to me for them to be anything else. Live underground with all them underground scary things. You're gonna, over the years, develop the ability to move quietly. That just seems like an evolutionary thing that would happen. The reason I'm doing this the long-winded way is it means that if we change things, it'll actually remember the changes. Like it'll update. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. Well, our pie chart is still overwhelmingly Dex, but I feel like it's getting more balanced. It was very, like at one point Dex was half of it. So, okay. Desert. Oops. Go back to the translator, please. Thank you. The English for desert is desert. Looking at this first because they've been... Oh, that's not going to work. I don't even know. How do you say those backwards threes? Ken Kungo. Or maybe Sen Kungo? Okay. Boost! Dangwa. Anna's Ruft. Tale. Marusthel. Come look. Go. I don't even know if Maori has a word for desert. Oh. Koraha. It's another K though. Stop with the K's. Whoa. Deserto. Vico? Maybe just Vico. What do we think of Vico? Deserto. Yes. I don't know about Vico. Nothing's making me go Vico. It feels too. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sold. A lot of J's and I's going on. No A words. I know. Chipulululu. It would be fun to say, but it doesn't sound very, what's the word? Like, serious. Valavanta. Ah, Levant. Levant. Isn't Levant? Am I allowed L words? Do we have L's? We don't have a lot of L's. Levanta. That's quite pretty. I'm going to do Levanta. That rings bells in my brain like it's been used for something before. Why does it ring bells? Levant. Desert elves. Are nomadic. Maybe not. Maybe that's too obvious. Grow around oases. Oh, crap, I did it again. And smallish. Oops. I'm avoiding the word tribe on purpose, by the way. One of my friends who is, she's Zulu from high school, and we were talking about the word tribe at one point, and she pointed out, she said her mother always hated the word tribe because it felt like a word that had been imposed on them by Europeans to make them seem more savage than they were. And that has stuck with me ever since she told me that. I was like, whoa, we use this word all the time, and it's become kind of, I'm speaking only for Africa here, but yeah, yeah, I was just like, fucking hell, I've never thought of it that way. And the moment it was in my brain, I was like, okay, well, that word is no longer being used by me. Thanks for playing. She's like, her mum said, this was when she was a kid. Her mum said to her, we have never called ourselves that. So why do we take it upon ourselves? This is a word that was imposed on us. And so she doesn't like it. And yeah, it stuck with me. It stuck with me. Then they tried to take the word back from us. Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I used to use it in that word. Wait, like I used to refer to my tribe as like my people. But yeah, once I became kind of conscious of where it had come from, I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this anymore. And then I had that conversation, because I think that was when I was wrestling with that, when I was like, well, I don't know if I'm comfortable with using the word tribe in that way. Like, is that appropriation? I'm not sure. And I had that conversation with her because she's often my go-to person for stuff like that. And she was like, you can do what you want with that word because we don't even use it. And I was like, oh yeah, good point. Maybe I don't want to though, because that makes it feel like a like double extra gross thing. So anyway, long-winded way of why I'm using the word group instead of the word tribe. Don't get me started on powwow being used by non-indigenous. Oh, yep, that happens in Africa too with crap. What's the word? Shit. There's a Zulu word that the same thing. It gets used for. Is it probably just the word for meeting? Oh, what is it? it's not just Indaba. That's the one. Here in New Zealand, they use the word hui, which is a Maori word, which means a similar kind of like getting together and talking about the thing, but it feels a little bit more like it's integrated into the general society in a good way. Anyway, wow. Went down a rabbit hole. Lots of rabbit holes today. I don't even know if I changed the ones on 600. It's fine. I can have a look when I do the con, right? Con makes sense. I think con makes sense. 5, 4, 8. 550. Anyway, this is you when you get to watch me create, you get to also watch me wrestle with these concepts and try to constantly analyze my own creative impulses to see if I'm being like, yeah, what I'm being with a crap. I've forgotten where we put them. Were they L's? Levant, right? I think. Yeah, cool. Desert elves. Because we all have them, these things that are entrenched in our brains, and the only way you actually make sure that you deal with it is by checking yourself all the fucking time. It's the only way. Okay, looks like I did all of them. Okay, so that was desert. Snow is the last one. Not using the Zulu word for snow. I don't even know why there is a Zulu word for snow. There's no snow in that part of the world. Well, very rarely. Ah, hence Himalayas, I guess. Salju. Like we need an actual snowy, like Iceland. What is Iceland's word for snow? Is it just the weather? Oh, it's probably where we get the word snow. Arafa. Stupid to use Jamaica as snow. Yeah. Maybe that's why Santa says ho ho ho. Tusara. That's quite nice. Am I allowed teas? Oh, I have a lot of teas. Maybe not. Don't have any elf teas though. They're mostly animal teas. Yabby. Needs to sound cold. And I know that's stupid. I don't even know how to explain what I mean when I say that. But I'll know it when I see it, if it sounds cold. Maybe we need to look up the word cold. Or ice. Ice might be better. Let's try ice. Yes. Marquesa. Sounds like cheese. Lads. The snow elves are just called lads. Oh, those are the wee free men. They're the lads. Barafu. It's a little dumb to use Swahili, but yeah. Hilarious. Barf. Absolutely not. Not with my players. Galaxy. Clearly connected to the word glass, but maybe I'm okay with that. Galaxy. What do we think? We don't have a lot of G's. Yeah, that works for me. Kind of want to make them really hairy. I know that elves are traditionally not hairy, but if you are evolving to live in the snow, I feel like you would grow fur. They tend to have slight fur. That's true, but this is also a magic place. And I feel like, given that elves are connected to nature, I also kind of love the idea of an elven race that have. I'm not talking about like full-on polar bear fur. I'm just talking of like almost seal. Is kind of what I'm imagining, like real slight, just. You know what I'm saying? Also, my brain was kind of going towards like Nordic, Viking-y kind of, yeah, something like that. Like that sort of almost Scandinavian look, you know? You know what I'm getting at? Princess hair. Boys and girls both have princess hair. Beautiful, braided, thick, down to their butts hair. Kind of hair I wish I could have give the elves armpit hair. Look, everybody has armpit hair. Even elves, because it's there for a reason. Oh, hang on. My glasses have now got gunk on them. I mean, we've already discussed whether vampires can have sperm, so why not whether elves can have armpit hair? I'm imagining something like how you drew Artor after he went Frost Giant, you know? I'm going to leave it at that for now. I don't want to get too prescriptive on that sort of thing. Strength. Can we make them strong? We don't have a lot of strong. I feel like we need more strong, and I feel like this kind of makes sense to me, that they would potentially grow strong. Or con probably makes more sense though, right? I just want to make more strong things. But we haven't done like dwarves and orcs and stuff, they'll all be strong. So, okay, I'm going to go with con. That was my first impulse. What? No. Here, please. Helps if you put it in the right place, you fool. Okay, so... just writing my numbers down. Give the elves armpit hair. Misquoting me, bro. Okay, that's all the elves. Which means we can ignore the drow, because that's dumb. And then we'll essentially do the same thing with dwarves, right? That would make sense. Oh, I don't know, though. Maybe we just have top side dwarfs and bottom side dwarfs. We made it to elves. Hello! Welcome. Yes, we have done the elves. The elves are done. Hill dwarfs, mountain dwarfs, cavern dwarfs. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I reckon you're right. Okay. Now we're back to looking up words. Hill. I want like, I don't know, like Slavic words for dwarfs. Kalns. Kalns. That's not Slavic at all, Jax. Rib. Also not. I was going for this. Nope. Nope. Slovak. Kopak. How exotic do we want dwarves to be? What does exotic mean? Depends what you mean by that, I guess. Dune dwarves. Ah, hang on, I need to make a list now. So what did we say? Hill dwarves. Mountain dwarves. Heaven dwarves. Here. Dune dwarves. It could be associated with the earth elements more. Ah, I see what you mean. The way I'm kind of trying to approach this sort of stuff is that it's like if a community evolves over hundreds and thousands of years in a particular location, how does that affect their actual physicality? That's what I'm getting at. So I'm not even sure we need to differentiate between hill and mountain dwarves, to be honest, because there wouldn't be any super physical difference between those. I think we can just have hill. We call them hill dwarves, but it would be any kind of dwarves who have evolved on the surface, right? And then yes, the cavern dwarfs are the essentially Duragar, but yes, those who evolved underground. And then I quite like the idea of like dune dwarves, like desert folk, like the I'm imagining the Star Wars guys that go around in those gigantic moving city things. Do you know the thing I'm talking about? Earth Genasi and traditional. Well, we'll probably have. We're going to have elementals, so that's going to cover the Genasi situation. Because I love elementals. Elementals are one of my favorite Like, yeah. Which will be based probably more on like the effort and that kind of. Nah, because dwarves are a different thing. I don't think dwarves are elemental. I think dwarves are, and they're such a classic. Like, I'm not sure that you can really get away from using. Oh, it's tempting to use Bach. Overwhelming to temptation to call them Bachis, which is something only South Africans would understand, and they'd be like, I see what you did there, Jax. But it's not a complimentary term, so. Oh, we could play with like Terra. Jabal. I actually knew that one because it's close to the Arabic word for mountain, which is Jabal. Ora. I think they'll have a history with giants, and some law they are traditional adversaries. Well, again, I'm trying not to be too prescriptive when it comes to that kind of stuff. There is basically a giant land, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Because the idea is that I would make, like with the elves, I've started them in like traditional spots where they evolved to survive in that environment, and then they would have diaspored. I realize that's not actually a verb, but I've turned it into a verb. And I think it would be the same with dwarves. I also don't love the idea of traditional adversaries because it feels a little bit like traditional adversaries is just a fancy way of saying racism. I'm a dwarf, so I hate elves. Yeah, it's gross. I don't love it. Bah. Just good old Russian for mountain. Brah. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, go away. I didn't do that on purpose. What was I going to do? I was going to actually look up the word dwarf. Karlik. Maybe we just end all of them with car. So we have like Gora car. Peshkar. And quite like that. Gorakar, Peshkar, Junakar. 3 kinds of dwarfs. Love the stone. Nah, we're gonna go with this. I like it. Got a car. R. Hill. Mountain. Dwarfs. Dwarven communities that evolved. I really do type faster after coffee. That's funny. Traditional communities are usually found on or around mountains with tend towards old mining families, but as the centuries have turned, more and more have ventured is the typical dwarf thing. What did I have in my 4350? Yeah, that works. We just make all dwarves real strong. Ha! That's awesome. Yup, they do now. June dwarves craft glass and mirrors. Yeah, I love it. Well, they've learned how to pull, like, what's that stuff they found in the dunes at St. Lucia? Black stuff. My brain is not braining today. LMNO. Yeah, it was so in South Africa there's a place called the St. Lucia Wetlands, and it's a you know, World Heritage Site and all that stuff. But there was a period when I was in high school, so mid to late 90s, where they were mining the dunes for something. It was like a black stuff. Yeah, totally. And it was a whole thing because obviously people were like, how can you mine a place that is so beautiful and natural, blah blah blah. And they did all these like PR tours and stuff where they were rehabilitating the dunes. You know, I'm gonna have to look it up now. There we go. Richards Bay Minerals. That's the exact thing I'm thinking of. What is it they were mining for, though? We got the tea. Sorry, it's been very rabbit hole today, but that's how it works. Titanium. There we go. I knew it was one of the T's. I just couldn't remember which one. Yep. There was titanium in the sand, and they wanted to basically pull the titanium out. And they did for ages. I don't know if they're still doing it, but after that, the wetlands got declared an international heritage site. So I think at that point they would probably have been stopped. But Ishkar. Deep cavern dwarves. Most weatherproof blades come from the rare dunes. Yeah, totally. It's like that's where you get like what's that thing where you weave where you fold the metal and it makes those beautiful patterns. Guys, I have lots of ideas, but I don't remember what anything's called today. Live deep underground. They are very pale. Yes, that's the one. Damascus steel, correct. Large eyes. Oh no, what did we do with the other guys? I've already forgotten. 50 and 350, right? That's what we did. 350. Making them strong too. This is where my strongs are coming from. My strongs. Funny. Alright. Get rid of those. Okay. So, 8. Car. Kill and run hot, they could also burn impurities by folding the metal over and over to create strong steel alloyed with titanium in the right way. They would be very hard and strong. Yes. Yes. I like the idea that there are like these artisan dwarfs in the desert. Okay, and then the last one are Junacar. Steel telescopes. Well, I mean, the lenses would still have to be glass, but yeah, why not? Oh, I need D's. Oh, I have no D's, you guys. Woo! Making some D's. Oh dear. The sentences that come out of my mouth sometimes. Traditional communities are found roaming the desert. In pursuit of rare sand ores. Many car artisans. Wait, let's do this. Many of the best blades and works for me. Just feel like all the dwarves are strength. Right, that just makes sense. Okay, so 3, 8, 3, and J, 3, 7. Oh yeah. Let's go blades and telescopes. I feel like I've put dwarfs in some places and dwarves in others, and I'm gonna have to pick, but oh well. Oh well. J337. Oh no. My alarm's going off, which means I have to stop doing this fun stuff and go do boring day job stuff. Bad. 30. Finish this one. This is the last of our dwarves, so we've actually done a pretty solid job. Okay, the gods show them destiny in the stars. Well, we've kind of already got that with the star elves. Alright, cool. So we've done dwarves and we've done elves. We're getting there, folks. You want to be a June dwarf. It's captured your imagination. And our pie chart is getting more even, thanks to the dwarves mostly. But that's great. That's good. That's what we want. We want it to be reasonably well balanced. Alright, that is me for today. I will be back later today, but on Twitch, doing Jax is Not a Gamer, hopefully with a better game. Last week's game was a little bit of a dud. But I won't know until I spin the wheel just before the stream. So if you're interested in watching me play something that I don't know what it's going to be, that'll be happening at about 2 o'clock New Zealand time over on Twitch. And Adam will be taking over a couple of hours later to play the same game. Otherwise, I will be back with Azurhia Under the Hood on Monday. So we'll see you then. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a beautiful time zone. Love you guys. You're amazing.